Good evening. I'll tell you a story. This is a true story that happened. A certain lady worked in Tel Aviv, and she lived in Yerushalayim. She was coming home from work one day, and there was a traffic jam. The traffic just stopped, it didn't move. And she did what she usually did. In her glove compartment in the car, she took out a Sefer Tehillim, and she said a Perek Tehillim. That's what she always did. It wasn't something so unusual to have a traffic jam on the way from Tel Aviv to Yerushalayim. It was quite long. It took quite a long time. This traffic jam took quite a long time to clear up. She thinking maybe there was an accident, and so it was. As she drove past afterwards, she saw when it started to move the traffic, she saw that there was an ambulance, there was somebody on a stretcher. So she had said her Tehillim and Yatz Hashem, everything should be okay. She got home and went about her business. She told nobody about this. There wasn't anything here to tell. It was something that was not unusual for a traffic jam and for her to be saying Tehillim. 3 months later, she was sitting in a PTA in her daughter's school, waiting for her turn to meet the teacher. A woman came up to her, tapped her on the shoulder and said, "I'd like to speak to you." She doesn't know the lady. She comes up, she walks outside with the lady, she wants to talk to her. The lady says to her, "I just wanted to thank you." She says, "You must be mixing me up with someone. I don't know you." She says, No, you don't know me, but I know you. 3 months ago, I was in an accident. Right? You were driving from Tel Aviv to Yerushalayim? She says, yes. Right, you said Tehillim? Yes. Well, I was the lady on the stretcher. I had a clinical death. And as we know from reports of millions of people who have had clinical deaths, my soul left my body. And there were words of Tehillim coming from your car that were pushed my soul back into my body. It's hard to make up such stories. This is a reality. Nobody knew about this. She didn't tell anyone about the Tehillim. This woman recognized her, and it was true. And that is what has been reported. Clinical deaths, we know people have reported that one particular lady was blind from birth, and she had an operation when she was in the situation of a clinical death, and she told the surgeon what color his tie was. How did she see? She was blind from birth. Because when the soul is out of the body, there's no barrier of the body. So things are seen differently. We live in a world that is deceiving. It's not the bodies. We're not bodies, we are souls. So when it comes to praying, when it comes to saying Tehillim, you should know Rabbi Yoshiv, Chatzadik v'Kodesh Levracha, was once asked, is there any benefit in women saying Tehillim? You know, they say it on one leg some of the time. They're cooking and they're running after the 2-year-old, and they're kind of busy. And they're also saying Tehillim, waiting for a bus. They're busy though, but it's not with such great intention. Let's be honest. Is there any benefit in this? And the Rav answered. He said there are certain things that need intention. Otherwise they don't work. There are such things. But Tehillim is not one of them. So say Tehillim.
If you've enjoyed this video or know someone who would, please share it. Tzikul Mitzvot.